Welcome back, you Fox lovers, to another video, and we are back playing Doki Doki Literature Club, but we are playing a mod this time. It's called the Fruits of the Literature Club, and yeah, it took a while for me to actually install this and everything, but it's here. This modification contains situations that are not suitable for everyone and contains serious content. By playing the Fruit of the Literature Club, you agree that you are okay with being shown potential spoilers of the original game, good being played it like twice, and contents to being shown consent to being shown serious and potentially disturbing content. I agree. And we're here. We're playing the mod. Modification to Doki Doki Literature Club is not affiliated with Team Sub Auto. Damn, look at this! It looks so cool! There's a select chapter mode. What? Okay, I guess I'll just click BN. Name. I'll just go Shin. Shin again. My jaw is still hurting. The morning sun hits my eyeballs, causing them to squint shut. Having my experience, I am used to it, but nevertheless annoyed. This is one of the few times I wish I had longer hair. Okay, I'm gonna quickly make the screen bigger. There you go. Okay, I'm back. When I made it bigger, the freaking recording decided to end. Whatever. To block out the sun from hitting my eyes. But unfortunately, I am mandated to keep my hair below a specific length. The rhythmic sound of the train hitting the rails remains a reminder to where I am destined. The thing here is cool. I look out of the window that I happen to be sitting next to and into the city. The stories I have heard about this place. When I found out I was coming here, I'll tell you it left a sour taste in my mouth. The train begins to lose momentum, signaling our arrival momentarily. I hear a familiar digital sound emanating from my watch, indicating the new hour that we have reached, just as it does 23 other times a day. The train comes to a complete halt. The passengers around me, myself included, stand up and begin to depart our vessel. Whoa, look at this. This is really cool. The moment I step out onto the nicely maintained concrete, I hear a voice calling out to me. Shin! Shin! I cock my head slightly towards the direction of the sound and see an old man that used to be an acquaintance of mine. Okay, well, I didn't know who it was, so I gave it a voice. Whatever, it's an old man. I turn and walk towards the man. I didn't expect to see you here, old man. Before me is a man around 5 feet and 7 inches tall. Pretty short compared to the normal people I am around. His wrinkled face and squinted eyes turn into a genuine smile at the sight of me. Same with you. What are you doing here? I literally just got into town. Oh. You here for anything special? One of his eyebrows lifts up. Nope. Just here to go to school. His face changes. It looks as if he is surprised. What is that face for, old man? Never thought I would hear those words come out of your mouth, Shin. Back in, well, you know. You weren't so spry to go to school. Or spree, I don't know. That I was not. But times have changed, and I really am I am ready to go to a normal school for once. His smile returns. He pats me on the back with an all too familiar pattern. Ha ha! Well, that's great. And what are you doing here? Well, I retired. Came out here to live with my daughter and her kids. Daughter? Now there is something I didn't expect you to say. Well, everyone gets old and needs to settle down eventually. Yeah, but I never thought you would. I expected you to remain with the majority of us until you finally gave out. Well, here I am. You have a place to stay? Yeah, I have a house somewhere near the school. Eastern side. Northeast. Ah, I know. I know it's need a ride. Well, I didn't have any other plans. So you were gonna walk there? Pretty much. Where is your luggage? Everything I own is in the bag on my back. I point one of my thumbs to a Kevlar backpack I have secretly strapped to me. Or securely? I don't know. What was it? Securely or secretly? It's definitely not secretly. It has to be securely. Yeah, securely. You always travel light, don't you? Easier to disappear when necessary. He chuckles. Why would you want to disappear? Come on, let me show you to my car. Buy your leave? Buy your leave. What? Okay. Buy your leave? The old man had a pretty stylish car. My father used to have one of these. 69 Mustang. She is a beauty, isn't she? Is that how you spent your retirement fund? Oh no, I still have a good half left. So out of the 800 grand they gave you, you spent over a quarter of it already? Kids aren't cheap. As well as the sexy of a car. Okay, the black Mustang accelerated onto a turnpike and eventually into a city street. When we departed the train station, I expected it to be a short ride to the place I am living at. But I was very wrong. Turns out the train station is about a 15-minute straight drive on the freeway. Doesn't seem like much if you're a driver. But if you were walking like myself, it would have taken as long as 3 hours. Damn. The convenience of a freeway allows drivers to get across great distances at a greater speed than normal roads. So, are you still on Ashley's detail? Huh? The idol? Nah, I left that a long time ago. Trouble from up? Nope, just did as much as I could then. So, in short, you weren't needed anymore. Pretty much. Bummer. I don't socialize well with others. Especially with a teenager with a small degree of popularity among even more hormonal teenagers. Sounds to me that you got into some drama with this girl. I don't know what you're talking about. I look back towards him, a casual glare into his face. Oh, come on, don't tell me you didn't try to get with her. Are you serious? No. Ha, good. You know that isn't allowed. That, and I don't really have a need for any type of relationship right now. Or at all, if I really look at it. You will eventually. I doubt it. We remain quiet for a few moments. I keep thinking on my comment about a relationship. It's not like I don't want one. It's the fact that in the position I am in, it would have a lot of unnecessary stress. It's not every day that I can just breathe and live a normal life day by day. Every day has a small amount of repetitiveness with it. But that is another story. We are almost there. Again, I appreciate the ride. You should stop by one day for dinner. I think my daughter would love to meet you. Huh? Why is that? I ruffle my eyebrows at him. Because you're basically like me when I was younger. She's always nagged me about telling me about my younger years. You haven't, right? Of course not. I know better. I was about to say, who are these people? I don't really understand what about younger years, about anything. I'm so confused. Don't lecture me on politics. I lived by for 30 years, Shin. Policies, Don't lecture me on policies I lived by for 30 years, Shin. With age comes easiness, old man. Or easiness or something, I don't know. I still think I could take you. That would be interesting. I still am active, you know. How so? Granted, the man was old, but he still had a pretty fit body. Usually as men get older, especially where I come from, they tend to just let themselves go. They say, screw it. I worked hard these years and I earned this. Then they just let their bodies waste with alcohol, tobacco, and junk food. I teach a self-defense class downtown. Well, that's one way. You should pop by, give some of the ruffians in my class a little reality check. Why is that? Because you and I both know I never underestimate an opponent. To never underestimate. They could be just as clever, attentive, aware, and more skilled than you. The old 1x4 rule. Exactly! Okay, we're here! As he says those words, we turn a steep corner and find ourselves in a pretty nice suburban neighborhood. This is it? Yeah, this is it. I pull the polished metallic door handle and exit the car. I look back at the man and give one last gesture of farewell. Thank you, Jeff. His name was Jeff. He has a pretty stupid name. Jeff, you got it. Before switching gears and leaving, he gives me one last smile. Well then, let's check this place out. I look around the neighborhood and notice that this suburban block has the same architecture for almost all the buildings. I take a look at the spacing between the house I am living in and the one next to it on both sides. I check the integrity of the fence that borders it. Decent strength. Okay. I take a stroll around the perimeter of the house. Is this our house? I always thought this one right here was Sayori's. Yeah, this one has to be right here, Sayori's, so I don't know why. Okay, I don't know. I take note of the number of windows, their position on the structure, and their height from the ground. The second story window should be fine. I take note of what looks to be the balcony and the back door. As I walk towards the front of the house, I notice a girl walking down the street. She's wearing a counterpart of the uniform I was given for school. So she must be going to the same school as I. She has somewhat of a skip in her step. Her blue eyes look up into the sky and at flowers she passes by. Her hair is of a coral pink color. She has a bright red bow on the left side of her hair. It looks sloppily positioned. I rub my eyes because I swear I see her glow. That girl seems to just imitate joy. I scoff at her and turn myself to the door. Kid will learn that the world isn't all sunshine and rainbows, she thinks. I unlock the door and enter. Immediately, I'm greeted with a short hallway around 3 steps before the kitchen opens to the right. The kitchen is rather modern and well furnished. Okay. I check the fridge and nothing. I chuckle at myself, not knowing what else to expect. The place is furnished, but I was just curious. I close the fridge and look out into the living room with borders. Which border is it? Damn, this is new. Look at this. They have the living room here as well. That's cool. I take a look into the living room and out the window. I look and see if I can see the space directly between the window. I can't. I walk across the room and open a small white door. It leads into a laundry room, fit with a washer and dryer. Luxury. It will definitely be easier. It'll definitely be easier than manually washing and drying my clothes. You did that? What? Okay. I close the door and head upstairs. Immediately on the left is my bedroom, and across from that is my bedroom, or bathroom in that bedroom. They seriously did not spare any expenses with the decor here. In my bedroom is a closet, dresser, bed, desk, and several miscellaneous items to make it look lively. I take a moment to place my backpack on the bed and survey the area from my window. Why does this guy seem like a freaking detective or something? I don't know. Once I get a good understanding, I walk out of my room. Next to the stairwell is a sliding glass door that leads to the balcony. Damn, look at the balcony. I walk out onto the medium-sized cement balcony. I lean forward on the wall, my forearms supporting me, and look out into the neighborhood. I can see some grade school aged kids playing with a jungle gym. Some well-funded parent purchase. I also see an old man petting his dog in his front yard. Neighborhood watchman here. Neighborhood watchman here, huh? I look to my left and notice that same girl I saw earlier in her room. I didn't realize I lived so close to her. Through the glass window of her bedroom, I noticed her moving around from the left side of the room to the right. She is moving something, most likely a change of clothes. She stops in front of the window facing to the side. She makes a few faces which confirm my initial theory as correct. She's looking into a mirror. She undoes her red tie, pulls off her gray jacket, and starts to unbutton her white undershirt. Yep. I turn away from the view and return inside. Yeah. Okay. What? Oh. Glad to know. My watch beeps, indicating it is now 20 o'clock. Four more hours until midnight. Normally I would be in bed by now, but I am awaiting an important call. It doesn't bother me much since I have gone days without sleep. Losing a few hours for one night isn't gonna kill me. I kick my feet up on the opposite end of the couch and lean back. I continue to read the book that I have in my hand. I made sure to turn to the news earlier. I got a general idea of the community here. I made it a habit of mine to always check the local news to scout out the area. Seriously, who is this guy? To see whether there is a high crime, no crime, potential activity, the usual. I'm not a big fan of politics, but knowing the local debate helps me understand the people better. The sound of my phone going off sends a shiver down my spine. It isn't the sound that that sends that feeling down my back. It's the reason. It's the reason for it. Answer the call? Or I answer the call. 8:30:20XX. Okay, what year is it? 6 o'clock hits. Am I ready? I am already ready for school. For a normal person not used to wearing uniforms, the school's outfit doesn't seem a bit excessive. But since I have been in uniform all my life, this is nothing to me. I take a look at myself in the mirror for a quick medical check. No wounds or scratches overnight. I take another drink of water and plan out my day. I will follow my normal school schedule. On my way home, I will stop by the grocery store and pick up some food, then head home. Once I get home, I will go on a run to get me further familiar with the area. And when that is done, I will be on free time. I take a last look into the mirror and retrieve my bag. So why? Okay, this guy. This is different. This is new, right here. This part. As I reach the gates of the school, I notice the congregation of students in the courtyard. There are little groups of students huddled around each other, all doing different things. Some were on their phones just ignoring each other. Some were running around acting like children. And some were socializing with each other like normal people. I ignore them all. There isn't a reason for me to talk to any of them. With one backpack strap wrapped around my shoulder, I enter the large white concrete building. After a self-tour of the school, I reached my first room. The school itself wasn't too large. I have definitely been in larger compounds. It wasn't a problem to find my locker, my first class, and the lunch area. Students passed by me all casually, talking and complaining about everyday things. I silently laughed to myself about some of the petty things these inexperienced people complain about. It gives me a sense of gratitude for where I have come from. I never complained about my phone having a micro crack, or that I didn't get the money to go to the latest movie. Stupid things like that slightly irritate me. The bell rings and I enter the classroom. Okay. Third period has ended and it was now time for lunch. I noticed that the girl who lived next to me was in my class. I have overheard several classmates and the teacher call her Sayori. The name instantly engraves itself into my mind. Without hesitation, students stood up from their desk and departed. I stand up, stretch quickly, grab my bag, and leave the classroom. I approach my locker and get ready to switch out my books. Before I can even touch my locker, I hear someone grunting. Urgh! My head perks up a little and I head towards the sound. It was on the opposite side of my locker. When I turn my head around the corner, Sayori! I see that same girl who was in my class and lived right next to me, having trouble with her lock. She seems to genuinely be having a hard time with her lock. Having trouble there, aren't you? I reveal myself from around the corner. What? No, I got it. You sure? You look like you can't seem to unlock that. It's hard to do this thing. I walk next to her and touch the lock. What is the combination? What, afraid I am going to steal your textbooks? That I happen to have the exact same copies to? No. Okay, fine. It is 9/27/17. The lock clicks. There you go. What? You got it that fast? I am very familiar with these types of locks. I show her how to properly orient the combination lock. That is how you unlock these. Thank you. I wave my hand to her. I wave my hand to her locker and turn around. Hey, wait! I turn around to look at her. You're that new guy in class today. Yeah, I remember seeing you while I was walking home yesterday. Yes, I remember you too. The name is Shin. Shin? I like that name. It's what I was given. Anyway, goodbye. I turn away from Sayori again and return to my locker. Where are you going? I'm going to put away my stuff and go eat. Don't forget what I showed you. Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah. The final bell signifies the end of the school day. I grab my bags and depart down the hallway. As I walk down the hallway, I pass by two girls who were in a debate about something I didn't care too much about to notice. Something about manga? I had a schedule to stick to, so I didn't stick around to pay any attention to their frivolous conversation. As I reach the gate of the school, I hear a voice call after me. Shin, wait up! I turn around immediately and prepare for someone to charge me. Why would somebody do that? Why are you assuming so many things, bro? The world's not crazy like that. Well, this place is on. But I am only met with the sight of Sayori running to catch up with me. Shin! What do you want? Also, why are you shouting? You're going to draw attention as if something bad is happening, woman. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I had a question for you. A question? If it's something I can answer, I guess you can ask. So, I know you are new here and all, and I don't want to overwhelm you. I like that they changed the text color for the characters, because, you guys should know, in, like, most of these visual novel games, I sometimes, because I like doing voices, and I sometimes do the voice for the wrong character, because, like, the text and stuff look always the same, and I never really pay attention to the names. I don't really look at the names, I'm reading. But have you looked into any of the clubs we offer here at school? Clubs? Elaborate, please. Well, we have a little group of students who participate in extracurricular activities for fun and to get experience for college. Okay. What is your point of asking me this? Well, I was curious to see if you will join mine. You have a club? Yep, I am the vice president of the Literature Club. Literature Club? So you just read books and write all afternoon? That is a pretty mean and blunt way to put it. Well, excuse me, but it doesn't really sound very attention catching. I think I'll pass on that proposition for now. Not even if I ask really nicely? No. Meanie. I've been called worse. Siri flashes a pouted face towards me a couple of times in an attempt to break my resolve. Unfortunately for her, I am very efficient in keeping a straight and professional face when needed. Every morning, afternoon, and evening, I always had a friend who would pay our class to visit and make sure we all were professional. What? Anyway, I'm going home. You enjoy your club. Okay, bye. I turn away from her and head home. Okay. As I watch the steak on the portable oven grill, I occasionally glance over to the homework I was given. Normal English and social history subjects were a breeze for me. However, math was a different subject. The math I normally use in life is much different than this general principle they teach in school. In short, there are two different ball games. But begrudgingly, I continue to finish the work, taking a few breaks at times to continue to make my meal. I settled on a lean cut of meat, cooked medium rare with asparagus and rice. All are high in nutritional value and are very filling. I cooked several steaks and prepared different portions of the asparagus and rice for later meals. It's better to prep your food now and eat it later, in my opinion. That is what I used to do in my old school, where I lived in a dorm with about 80 other students. That's a lot. Made it really easy to wake up when signaled, eat quickly, and get my morning hygiene routine done. I slide my homework into a special folder I have designated for work I need to do while home. I finished making the first steak, which I plan to eat tonight since it was fresh cut. As I sit down at the table, I eat silently. During this time, I just clear my mind and finish eating my food at a fast pace. It's the equivalent of meditation for me, as it is to others. Back at my old school, it was very hard to remain focused while eating since we only had about 10 minutes to eat our food. That included getting to the hall, grabbing our food, getting into a seat, and then eating. Normally, by the time you made it through the line, you already lost 5 minutes. So eating fast was paramount. But it was during these times I learned to focus only on eating. If I cleared my head, it was much easier. I found it oddly calming. I had gained quite an appetite after my run around the block earlier. Now I have a good idea on the ins and outs of the neighborhood. Some may ask why I do this, but the answer is simple. Know your way out of any situation. You never know when you need an immediate escape. While I was returning... Hold up. Yeah. While I was returning from my run, I saw Sayori arrive at our house. I had the opportunity to say hi, but I dismissed it. There isn't a reason for me to get involved with that girl, or anyone for that matter. Why would she even ask me to join her club? There are a couple of possibilities. She's lonely, she's attracted to me, and she is looking for a way to get to know me more. Or she is just inherently friendly and bubbly. It's the last one. But it is kind of foolish to just push such a request on someone you only just met. A lesson I learned very well as a young child. Ever since then, I am always cautious about where I am and who I met, or who I meet. Someone even as simple looking as Sayori can hide an evil past. Apart from her depression and nothing really. One that we cannot run from. I don't know if this is a sequel, if this takes place after Doki Doki. I highly doubt it because everyone else is dead, so this might just be some alternate story. Because I don't think this has any correlation with the original game. I shake my head, breaking myself out of these thoughts. I finished my dinner long ago. I quickly cleaned the dishes and put them away. Nice. Okay, 11:47. Lunch period has arrived and I do my book exchange as normal. Once I close my locker, I hear another grunt from the opposite side. Probably Sayori. I peer around the corner, and sure enough, there she was. She looks like she is struggling with her lock again. Before confronting her, I watch her carefully. She's definitely trying the way I disarmed the lock that I showed her yesterday. So that's good, I guess. I watch her carefully to see if she is successful. Click. The lock released! And and she opens the locker with a happy smile. I turn around to return to my locker, but before I could really do anything, I hear, "Thank you, Shin." She saw me. Damn, she has a good peripheral vision. No problem. I call out from my locker. I close the silver-colored door and turn around to notice that Sayori is right behind me. Jesus Christ, woman! Okay. Jesus Christ, woman! Hi! Didn't your parents ever tell you, to not sneak up on people like that? You didn't notice me walk right past you? Evidently not. Oh, I am so sorry, or I am sorry. Not like you intentionally attempted to scare me. If you did, then I would have to fight you. What? Haha, I'm just joking with you. That's not funny. Where I come from, that type of humor is just the tip of the iceberg. Anyway, what did you want? Well, I was gonna ask if you thought about the literature club thingy I asked you yesterday. This again? Pretty sure yesterday I told you no. Well, it was worth a shot, I guess. Anyway, I guess I will talk to you later. Leaving so soon? Huh? Don't give me those puppy dog eyes and run away at a simple rejection. In life, you're gonna face a lot of it. Don't just run away from them. Plus, I saw you eating lunch alone yesterday. You did? Yeah, need someone to eat with today? No, you're probably just gonna be a meanie again. I'm not being mean, I am just telling you the truth. The truth is not always easier to hear. Still. Okay, I will join your literature club, Sayori. But really? No. Okay. You're so mean! If you try the foot around the truth, it hurts more. Better than I deny your invitation now than to lie to you later. I don't like this. Listen, how about we go eat now? If you don't ask me to join the literature club again, I won't be a meanie. I make quotes with my fingers. Other than that, we should be fine. Okay. Wow. Sarah and I make our way to the lunchroom. It is a gym-sized multi-purpose room that has been riddled with several rows of wooden tables. Definitely enough to fit the number of students eating lunch in here. We get our food and sit down at a nearby table. Sarah and I begin talking about each other. And by each other, I mean her. So tell me about yourself, Shin. There isn't much to tell. Well, there has to be something. Why did you come here? To go to school. I went to another school far away and decided I needed a different and new start. Oh, why is that? I just felt like it. Just felt like it is a saying we used at my old school for doesn't ask about it. Or don't ask about it. You don't need to know. What about you? Are you here? Well, started to go to school here when I came with my family. That was 12 years ago. Bum 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 bum. And you're how old? I am 18. What? Okay. I was not. What? So you've pretty much spent all of your life here. What, Sayori's in her last year of high school? Yep. Interesting. So, what did you do for fun, Sayori? Oh, lots of things. I like to draw, I like to read, I like to run around and play. And I like to play with animals. So overall, you're pretty random. Yeah. Well then. What about you? What do you like to do? Read. Read, is that it? Well, I exercise a lot, but I don't really consider that a hobby of mine. I need to maintain a level of fitness at all times. Huh? Why? Just feel like it. Okay. Anyway, we're done with lunch. Let's go back to the lockers. Okay. Sayori, you're so. I closed my locker. The rest of the class's books. I closed my locker. The rest of the class's books in my bag. Thank you for eating lunch with me, Shin. No problem. Oh, Would you walk home with me after school today? Me? Why? Because we also live right next to each other, so it just works out. I walk alone. Oh, come on! Fine. Yay! But there is one thing. A catch. Knew it. When I decided to walk home with her, I knew she had something hidden. Usually when someone asks you something, there is a motive behind that question. I don't seem surprised to Sayori. What is it? You have to come to my literature club. What? I told you no. But you said you would walk home with me. And I walk home after the literature club. I can very easily change my answer to a profound no. But I promised the other members that I would introduce you today. Why are you doing that? Don't make promises you can't keep. They were all really excited to meet you. One member even said she would bake cupcakes. How many of you are there? In the literature club? No, in general, you females are so goddamn persistent. It's quite annoying, really. Please, Shin. It would really mean a lot to me if you did. I don't really care if it means anything to you. You used a rather sleazy tactic to persuade me to join your club. You don't have to join, just at least stay and wait for me to finish. You can meet the other girls in the club too. That way you aren't bored. Jesus Christ, woman! You don't let up, do you? Fine, I'll wait for you. Yay! Sari does a little hop while cheering victoriously. Women really are annoying. They constantly nag at you even when they don't have the right to. No woman tells me to eat my food or when to shower or to do pretty much anything other than my own mother. And she earns that authority over me. The only reason I let a few men order me around is due to seniority over me. Once you're out of that chain, you no longer control me. It's one of the reasons I was the top of the class at my old school. Now that I think of it, there was one other woman who could order me, but she's gone now. I'll see you later today, Shin. Sari tells me the room number of the literature club before trotting off to her next class. I shovel towards my next class. Serious, why do we have to? I arrive at the room number that Sari gave me after lunch. Class has been out for about 10 minutes. Sari told me to show up at a specific time. I check my watch and wait for that time to come. Alright, here we go. Well, we are going. I opened the door to the classroom and entered. It looks like a normal English classroom. I take a quick second to look around the room. But it wasn't long before a blue-eyed monster obstructed my vision. Shit, I'm so glad you came! Didn't really have any other choice. Sayori. You didn't say the new member was a boy. I didn't. It didn't seem important at the time. Natsuki, that doesn't seem like something important. If he is a club member, he is a club member. A tall purple-haired girl arrives at the front of the room, and the three of us, probably coming to defense without call. Wait a minute, I overheard these two arguing about manga yesterday. But boys ruin everything. Plus, he looks like a dude. What? No! Wow, how dare you? How dare you, Natsuki? How dare you? I walked into the club room for less than 30 seconds. Only said 5 words, and I'm the... I get the urge to open my mouth, but I restrain it. If I am going to be here for however long this club does its business for, I better keep tension low. Because believe me, I know how difficult things can get when you're forced to be around a group of people who don't like you. Natsuki, assuming such a thing about someone right off the bat is pretty hurtful. Yeah, my feelings are really hurt. The pink-haired girl, Natsuki, presumably, named Natsuki, presumably, looks away while angrily gritting her teeth. The most recent girl, the one with the brown hair, is the last to come to my defense. She has a proud and confident demeanor and stance upon her. She catches my eye for a sec. Whatever, I am sorry. Apology accepted. Granted, there was nothing really to apologize for, but I still accepted it out of respect. Hi, I am Monica. Shin. I am the president of the Literature Club. If there is anything I can do to make you comfortable here with us, just ask. I will make sure to take you up on that. Monica looks oddly familiar. I shrug the feeling and dismiss it. She looks oddly familiar, you say? Huh? Familiar, you say? So, Monica. Yeah? What type of things do you do here in the Literature Club? I am very glad you asked, Shin. We focus on the study of the application of many forms of literature. Interesting. Sayori's smile perks up. What interests you in literature? Nothing, I'm only here for Sayori. Oh. She looks to Sayori, who is squirming to her shoes. I'm escorting her home today, and she insists I wait for her here. So I'm just a guest. But I do hope you will join. Oh. Well, I do certainly hope you join if you are interested. Another member will get us registered as an official club. So if you have under 5 members, your club isn't really a club? Yeah. And so I was correct to sense a hint of bureaucracy here. How very observant, Shin. I heard you were new, which is why I am surprised you caught up on that so quickly. Well, whenever I go to a new place, I always like to survey everything so I understand the social norm. Oh. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay with us, Shin. Today, Shin. We're just about to start. Alright. Yeah, alright. Monica's voice was as confident as her stature was. It was oddly entertaining to observe. She definitely caught me off guard for a second there. I didn't expect anyone at the school to pose even a shred of sheer confidence. But I was clearly wrong. From how Monica presented herself. And the fact that she is the president of the literature club immediately shows me how she is academic. But something continues to dig at my mind about her. She looks so familiar. Hey Natsuki, when are you going to pass out those cupcakes? I am starving for one. Suri asks while taking a seat. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Suri mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! Oh yeah, I was at my mom's house once, and we made cupcakes, and they would look like cat and stuff, and I don't know why, but nobody ate any. There was my little sister who ate one, and then I ate one. I ate the one I made because I was like the best one out of all of them. Because I made it, of course. I'm a pro at making things. I'm a pro at art. Yeah, I know my art, so I artistically made a cat on a cupcake. And I ate that one. And like all the other cupcakes were just there to waste. Nobody else ate any of them. So there was just like a whole lot of cupcakes you just threw away. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Suri grabs one first, and Monica, I follow. So yeah, the side stories definitely make no sense, just because the fact that, yeah, I know it says the side stories have nothing to do with the original game, but side stories are supposed to be stories that take place before the main game of Doki Doki Literature Club. But there was where freaking, where Natsuki finds out Monica played the piano in that one, but in the main game, that's when they all find out that Monica plays the piano, and then Natsuki, I'm pretty sure she bakes. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember the side stories, but I'm pretty sure she bakes in the side story. In one of the side stories, but there's no baking. Or like now they're finding out that she bakes them. Suri grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Suri had talked with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her finger or on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. They use most of the same lines, but yeah. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like I made them for you or anything. Yeah, but you did make them. You did make them. Well, Sayori said someone was making cupcakes in preparation for my arrival. Well, maybe. But not for you, no, you dummy. Okay. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Eh, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. I thought you loved reading, bro. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. I swear, if they have that same voice line where he says, or the same thing where he says, I like manga, then bro, don't make me. They should have changed that in here. They better have changed that, because he mentioned earlier that he likes to read. I take a sip of the tea and immediately recognize what type of brew. It's a strain of oolong tea, not one of my favorites, but better than the gruel that my old school called tea. Nevertheless, I drink it. So Monica, why is it that you started your own club? From what I have seen so far, there are a few larger scale clubs already. Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club in competition against all the others. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Oh man. Okay, I got ringing in my ears for a second there. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why we all so delighted. That's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Although I don't intend to lower my guard on this getting Shin to join the club, Stink Sayori has. So Shin, what kinds of things you like to read? It better not say manga. Me? Well, I don't really have a preference. Okay, there we go. Yay, thank you for changing. I will read pretty much anything that I can find. No preference? What was the most recent thing you read? An educational book about birds. Nice. Oh. Why birds, if you don't mind me asking? Just felt like it. That time I was genuine. I read pretty much anything that I can. And I happened to come across a book about bird spotting. That is pretty interesting. If you say so. What do you like to read, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of bookstop people. But I like a lot of things. Sorts of deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Stop autoing. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I have read a pretty good few horror novels. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? Yuri's not gentle.
Okay.
Oh no. Flashbacks. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, well, you love manga, so read the manga books by Junji Ito. That's horror and manga. So I don't care if you hate horror, Natsuki. I'm gonna force you to read the Junji Ito books. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? Yeah, they also found out about her writing in the side stories. What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sari slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. And in the words of Reina, so cute! I'm not cute! So you write your own poems, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's rather impressive nowadays. Do you show your poems? No. Why? Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can see an example and help Natsuki. You can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Shin? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. I raise my index finger. Hold on. What is it? Remember I said I wasn't interested at this time? I'm only here as Sayori's escort home. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. It's probably the best that I tell you flat out right now. That's right. I'm sorry, I thought. I remember. Better than for me to lie to you all. The girls continue to look defeated and heartbroken. Damn it! I forgot how difficult it was to get out of these situations with girls. I keep remembering the first time it really affected me. Damn it, Ashley! I look down at the floor and back up a second. The girls are still fixed on me with hurt eyes. I am gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do this, bulls. Aren't I? Here it goes. But that doesn't mean it won't change. That's great. That gives us a little leeway to try and convince you. Monica rises up and smiles confidently. Her eyelids are shut, but I can practically see their excitement. Yes! Sayori raises both her hands in joy. I guess this is okay. If I find out that I find out this was all for the cupcakes, I'll be super pissed. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Monica looks to each of the girls. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Okay, Shin, are you ready to go? Are you ready to walk home? Very much so. Yay! I am not ready to walk home. But you know, my window. I'm not ready to walk home. With that, the two of us depart the club room and begin to make our way home. The sun was out. The sun was out and blazing, with little to no cloud obstructing it. It is rather hot today, which makes my run later a little more arduous. But not like I really care. I have done many runs, some monitored in much hotter temperatures. Monitored? I don't know. And that is pretty difficult as we were given a limited amount of water for the entire run. What the? Our walk so far was not bad. Sayori struck up a few conversation about what I do outside of school. I of course am not gonna tell her the truth about what I do. I have more than one document restricting me from doing so. What do you do? I just simply shrugged and respond. Nothing really. You mean there is nothing you do out of school? Well, I guess I have a part-time job. But that's really only when they need me. And lately it's been pretty slow, so I guess I don't really do any working. Well, what did you do before you came here? At my old school? Well, I was in a large building where the students lived. At least my class. Your old class? Yeah. Whenever we weren't doing anything, some of us sat around doing nothing. And some of us just picked up more extra credit work. Which one were you? Heh, I think the answer is obvious. Sayori shoots my questioning glare, which I don't acknowledge. Well, what type of job do you have? It's not important. Sure it is. Come on, Shin. I am telling you about it. Can't you do that too? It's like I'm talking to a brick sometimes. Ouch, that hurts. Judging my facial expression, Sayori sticks out her tongue at me. Meanie. My life secrets must be earned. My sweet blue-eyed angel. Sayori's eyes go wide. That's a joke, by the way. Sayori continues her barrage of questioning all the way until we reach our neighborhood. Oh, we're here. Yep. I turn my back to her and start to walk to my house. Wait, Shin! What? Thank you for walking me home and going to the literature club with me. You used some cheeky little trick to achieve those milestones. But it's fine. You're welcome, Sayori. Question mark? What's that? Where am I? My phone rings. Hold on. Not yet. I'm gonna see what this is first. I reach into my coat pocket and grab it as I lean back on the tree. It was a dark night, and the brushes around didn't allow any large pockets of moonlight in. I'm here. Good. Get ready. I end the call and slide my phone back into my pocket. I keep my posture against the tree and notice a commotion down below. I look down from my perch into the street below. A black roll rice pulls up to a curb. Several men get out of the car. A vault quickly accepts it and drives towards the nearby parking garage. Normal late night crowded. Immediately sense someone approaching me, so I turn around to face them. It's about time. It's about school. Well, guys, I'm gonna end the video there. I'm gonna quickly go back to the main menu. Yes, I already saved. Stupid game. Go back. See, let me save it right there. But guys, I'm gonna end the video there. This looks really cool. Wait, what's going on here? What's this? I just don't notice that. What? Who is this? Why does this look like freaking a mix between, like, all of them? I don't know, it looks like a mix between all of them. Like, did they all, like, freaking, like, merge together? Because it looks like it has a breed between, Monica and Sayori's eyes, I guess? I don't know. Has Sayori's hair color has Monica's hairstyle? I don't know. I don't know who that is, guys. But guys, I hope you liked the video. This is where Fruits of the Literature Club, and of course I will see you all in the next video. And of course, peace out and bye bye.
大球球冰老，二球球桥，三球球菜肴，四球球熬，五球球莫名4到6球球台，7球球们扎头挖坑，8球球